Gears fans, and welcome back to Go Series videos. Today we wanna talk about Queen Myrrah and the Matriarch. In Gears 5, we discovered that thanks to this creature, Myrrah could expand her mental powers. However, when she left the laboratory, she decided to leave the Matriarch there and go with the rest of her people. At this point we wonder, if this primordial version of the Berserker was created to support her, why abandon it? Well, one possible answer is that she no longer needed it. She was powerful enough to lead the Locust into the Hollow and make them thrive in a place far from humans. A few years later, however, her people began to fall seriously ill due to the emulsion, forcing them to start a war with humans to conquer the surface. We believe that Myrrah at this point came back to the laboratory and mutilated the Matriarch. As you can see, the back of the creature has a large gash. In terms of gameplay, this is the weak point of the enemy, but it could represent much more. If you remember, when the Delta Squad reached the Royal Palace, Myrrah had a sprawling creature on her back. It would be freaky awesome if that was the missing part of the Matriarch. Let's focus on that. In the Hollow, Myrrah was able to control her troops, but once she reached the surface, she could no longer communicate with them. By mutilating the Matriarch and taking an organic part from her, she could add a way to amplify her powers and reach every general out of the Hollow. This would also explain why Queen Myrrah in the comic book The Rise of Ram doesn't wear the clothing she has in Gears of War 2. At that time, she hadn't yet devised how to stay in touch with her army. In the same way, once the city of Jacinto sank, she found herself on the surface with her creatures, making the strengthening of her abilities useless. That means, however, that the piece of the Matriarch could be still alive somewhere. This could be just the narrative start of Gear 6. Kait needs to reconnect to the hive mind, but since the Matriarch was killed, that piece taken from Myrrah could be the only way for her to accomplish her mission. This is our hypothesis. What do you think about it? Tell us in the comments. I'm Screech93, this is Go Series Videos. Thanks for watching.